Welcome back, everybody, to the number one theory podcast on Westworld. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And it's Theory Time with Pleeka.
And this is where I'm going to jump in and tell you my off-the-wall crazy theory.
So we're normally going to go through a bunch of other theories and then get into next on. But as we were scrubbing through the footage, like literally frame by frame, we came across this picture of Charlotte Hale walking into an empty room
with a
naked girl facing away from the camera that looks extremely like Charlotte Hale from behind. And now, I did suggest to Nick that we watch this episode in Season 1 where Charlotte Hale opens the door naked, take a screenshot of that, and she opens it like from behind you so you're naked, and then put it next to the other naked girl and compare them from behind and see if it is the same. But he thought that was going a little too CSI on it.
I think other people should do that.
I send other people
to go do that. What if she worked out more in the between seasons?
I guess it's. I mean, maybe, but she's supposed to look similar. But so I put that picture on Reddit, and we got a couple responses. A couple of them is kind of our thoughts on it too. One guy I'm not sure what this meant, but he sent me a link to an SNL skit. So that was cool. I don't know what that means.
The good part about it is you don't even know who Harry Carey is.
Yeah. The guy said, just because Charlotte Hale is a host doppelganger does not mean she is a host yet. That could be the vessel for her immortal consciousness. Which that's what I count that too, because they're all supposed to have their consciousness or whatever in the forge. So that could just be that. But in the picture, she does look a little surprised to see it.
Yeah.
Like almost as like she walked in the room of Bernard's. Now she's walked in the room of almost Charlotte's.
Yeah, like maybe she's just surprised because her host was naked.
Yeah, it's true. Bernard's is the only host in that room that, like, in rooms of him that he has fully clothed. I
never thought about that, but thank you, people from Westworld.
You don't want to see Bernard naked?
I don't need to see 5 Bernard dicks.
Oh, I do. So then someone else, but this is from, like, another perspective a little bit. If everyone is a host, Joey and Nolan did a terrible job as writers, which I would agree.
Yeah,
I don't think this necessarily says that everybody's a host, just because one other character is a host this season.
And we don't even know if she's a host.
I mean, if we got one reveal that a character's a host every season, I don't think that'd be terrible. It'd maybe get a little silly season 4.
Maybe it's some other naked black girl.
Yeah.
You can't even it's so dark, it's hard to tell. Like
it's not that. It's easily supposed to be her though. It could be someone else, but from the picture, it looks like it's supposed to be her.
They at least want us to think it's her.
Yeah.
Which is funny though, because I've listened to a couple things, and no one's mentioned this shit until we saw this.
Yeah, literally, I haven't seen anybody else.
Yeah, like I haven't heard shit about it.
Breaking news, Pleeka. Someone replied to that guy and said, I can list 100 other reasons why they did a terrible job as writers.
Don't say that shit while I'm drinking.
And the other comments is me linking to our stuff, but like, so people, they don't really believe she's a host. I commented that, my thoughts on it is that could just be the copy that they were going to make of her as a host. I don't necessarily think this means Charlotte Hale's a host. I think it means there's a host of her out there that may not be active. But
yeah, I mean,
it'd be surprising to anyone you walk into a room and see another version of you standing there.
I don't want to step on any toes of the podcast, but it could be Charlie.
It very well could be Charlie. Or
I don't believe
you
that.
thought of this too, because everybody's got their DNA and shit. What if? And you brought this up out there in the living room when we were talking about this.
It was
is
a
that
couple minutes ago, and
this
I actually don't know
this host
Oh.
is Charlie. They uploaded Charlie's consciousness into this host, and it's not active yet because it's just standing there in the naked mode. But so what
it
if?
looked like she was walking towards it.
I mean, maybe, but in the thing, it looked like it was in like that empty room stuff. But it could be. But what if everybody's theory about Charlotte Hale and Charlie is true, except it's the Charlotte Hale host that's Charlie, and then the Charlotte Hale in real life is just Charlotte Hale.
That'd be actually kind of funny.
I would be really happy if that was the case.
That'd be funny
because it made people right but wrong, and it'd be a fun thing.
Yeah.
Plus, earlier, in this season, and if you go watch, what was it, episode 3 of Westworld, I said that Charlotte Hale was a host, so.
But she's not, if that's.
Yeah, but in a way she is.
But in a way she isn't.
That's true.
The Charlotte Hale that you saw was not a host, if that's the case.
How do you know I wasn't seeing that? What if that's the Charlotte Hale that had the sweater vest? Or the vest. And then the other one that we followed was the one that didn't have the vest.
No.
Because she does have a vest that disappears.
You know what's funny is because, and you actually, you gave the whole robotic speech about how she was acting like a host.
Mm-hmm.
But literally, if the look on her face in that picture, she has no idea.
No, yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah,
No. I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah,
I don't think she's a host. I think there is a host copy of her out there.
I could see that.
So we'll go. I have a thing. I wrote down any significant thing that I thought was from in the next on. If you think we missed any, comment them down below because I'd love to know anything else we missed. I mean, I think we got everything. We literally went frame by frame.
We almost saw Teddy.
Yeah, we thought we saw Teddy. And we were like, oh shit, and then it was just another guy that looked a lot like Teddy.
Yeah.
But so
It was Freddy.
you see Sizemore, Felix, Hector, the whole gang is standing up, and it looks like they are watching Maeve potentially making the bull attack the Delos members. Like, I don't know if it really goes in that order.
Yeah.
But we at least know, like,
they're there.
they get there, and that's where they go. And when we see the world ripping, so they're all together. They get Maeve, and they go there, and then Clementine goes after them later on. But we know that's how they get out of there is because of Hector and the gang.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Scooby-Doo.
I was actually wondering about that because like we haven't seen any of them since like 3-4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like, oh, we're gonna go help Maeve, and then they're like, we never saw them again. So I was like, we have to see them again, right? So I'm glad that they're in the next.
I'm a little disappointed that Sylvester was there.
I guess a little bit.
And they
yeah.
tried to hide his ass too.
I think he's only there because they kind of have morals a little bit. Where like they'll kill someone, but like they don't want to just kill some dude just because he's kind of an asshole, you know.
I guess.
So then we see there's a rip in the sky. Now I kind of have a little bit of a theory that I think the anti-air gun we see or whatever that thing is, I think that's causing the rip in the sky because it looks like that's shooting, and it doesn't look like it's shooting missiles or anything. It looks like it's literally shooting like lasers or something in the sky. Like, it's very odd.
So, like, is it a giant dome or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Because it looks like there's world behind it, so I think it might be, and it's just gonna be like, oh shit, now no matter what, they're out of the park, you know. But I don't know. It's very interesting. I remember when I saw that the first time watching it, I was like, what the fuck?
Well,
it reminds me a little bit, and this might turn some people off, of in Lost when the hatch explodes and like it goes white and all that shit, and then like they wake up and like a different time. It reminds me of that kind of shit. Like, holy fuck, like this show's getting weird, but like I like it, you know.
Yeah, I quit watching Lost by then.
But you get what I'm like. It's like kind of.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I thought it was cool that like you see the rip like behind Maeve, but we're not really sure what it is.
Yeah, and then there's a wide shot of it.
When you froze it,
Mm-hmm.
there was a better shot of it. It was actually a different angle. It was like clearly a rip.
Yeah. You see it 3 times in the trailer. One of the times that big one is literally like for a frame.
It almost looked like someone's like zipping down the sky.
Yeah, that's why I think it's that thing. Like I think it's just like a laser went down and that's just gonna. I don't know.
You would think. See, and the first thing I think of is, oh, I wonder if William did that.
It could be, yeah, or even
Yeah.
Bernard. One of them did it. And what's interesting though is that's, I guess it couldn't be the park opening. Because unless Maeve's doing stuff in the future, and this is the first time we've seen her, because we haven't seen her at all in the 2-week period.
Oh yeah.
In the future, and we know that there's stuff
Well,
that
we haven't seen
happens. There's
anybody
stuff that happens.
except Teddy.
That's what I'm getting at though. That we know that there's stuff in Westworld after the 2-week period, so the park can't be being destroyed by that rip.
Right.
So now I'm actually really confused on what the rip's gonna be, because I kind of forgot that this is in the past.
Yeah,
that we're seeing that in.
But you don't. How much in the past though?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. This could be hours before he wakes up or whatever.
I mean,
but we've seen the park. At least what they want us to think. I mean, I guess it could be another island or you know what I mean. Whatever when they wake him up at. But they're in Delos facilities in the future, and we don't like. It seems fine.
yeah, I mean, it seems like they have more control.
Yeah, for sure. Like they're not worried about the hosts in the 2-week period at all.
Yeah, I mean, because they're in. I guess they're in the Mesa, like when they're taking Bernard and shit.
Well, because they walk into the map room at one point.
Yeah.
And then they go into Ford's old house and you see the room of Bernard's and all that. So they're walking through Westworld at some points.
That's true.
So that it can't be destroying the park, whatever that is.
Maybe Clementine destroys all the hosts. Well, I mean, we see all the hosts dead too.
Yeah, that's what I think. Clementine does bring them all with her little mesh network thing. I think she makes them all go in there.
But just because we've seen that it's okay doesn't mean it's still okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could all be like you said,
Like
with the looping Bernard theory. It could be all with that, and that he's not really in Westworld.
Well, and that point where it's the most in the future.
Yeah,
I guess that would be when he.
It's right when the latest we've seen after that is them going back to the Valley Beyond.
Yeah. So, but like the last episode might go beyond that.
Yeah. And we don't. I mean, for all we know, Maeve
That could be-
Maeve and Clementine and like Ghost Nation could have all been hiding or still getting to Ghost Nation while Bernard woke up and did all that stuff. For all we know, because we don't know exactly that the thing's ripping. Then
And also remember what Bernard says to Delores is, "You left me you left me behind on the shore," and everyone kind of assumes that it was from the party.
Yeah,
But it's probably from this episode.
that's what I've been assuming is that it's whatever happens in the valley because they're together, so
Yeah.
it makes sense he left her behind. Which I'm actually kind of excited
She
to
left
see them
him
together.
behind.
Yeah, to see them together again. But then so the next thing we see Jim and Logan Delos again, which I'm actually excited to see Logan because his stuff seems pretty like mysterious.
Logan seems very upset, not a happy dude.
It seems like he's been stranded there forever.
And Jim Delos seems fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And like every scene you see him in, he's got that crazy eye look.
And he even has hosts like lined up, like we talked about. I think it was the very first Theory Time in Pleeka. We talked about how there's set pictures of him lining up hosts, and we thought he went back in the park or as a flashback or something, but it's him at the forge just messing around.
Just forging around.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. Like I wonder if in the forge he has the memories of like when William went and met with him. Or not.
I don't know. That would drive you crazy though.
Yeah, it makes me like I wonder how connected they are to their bodies and whatnot with that.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll let us know, but there's no way
Yeah.
to know yet.
So we see the Man in Black and Delores, which I didn't think of this. You did actually. We see him put a gun to her head, and that's really all I took away from that. But then you saw two people riding on a horse away, and it kind of looked like the Man in Black with her. So you said, what if they're together?
Yeah.
Which I kind of really like the idea of that, of them getting back together, but as the man, because they're both kind of evil now.
Well, the first time
He's been evil forever, but
when we watched it the very first time, like
Mhm.
after the episode, I just thought it was Teddy because it's like a long, far away shot.
mm-hmm.
But then when we watched it, probably the 800th time.
Yeah. It's right after the scene where he puts the gun to her head and she
Which
goes, "We
makes-
will win," and all that.
Which
shit.
makes you they want us to think it's him,
Yeah,
so it couldn't. Maybe it's not.
but I mean, it
looked
is
like
for sure
him.
a man in black. It may not be the Man in Black,
That was so Hess.
but it's a because I don't know, I thought it was her guy, and like she always has one of those dudes that have like the black hoods on that you don't see their face.
yeah, but
the guy
think-
had
I
a
don't know-
cowboy hat.
I don't
looked
know
like.
if any of them made it.
Yeah, it
I mean-
seemed like it was just her by the end of last week.
Yeah, and then she's laying next to Teddy. Like,
Yeah.
she must get a little depressed and
So,
want to cuddle or something.
Yeah, I would assume they get together. The only part that's odd about that is that the Man in Black, we didn't see any scenes of him in the forge.
We didn't see any scenes with him and Bernard either.
That's true, yeah.
But yet we see Logan. Although I don't think Logan would be too happy with the Man in Black.
Yeah, I
But
don't
then
think so
again, what does
either.
that mean? Are they ghosts? Can they do something to him? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I mean-
I've never been to a forge either.
I mean, Ford kind of fucked up Bernard from inside the cradle, so I don't know. Those are pretty similar.
Yeah, but it's not like Logan's gonna jump inside someone's head.
He might jump in the Man in Black's head. Who knows? I mean, if Ford did it, couldn't anybody?
Wouldn't the Men in Black be Logan's idol 30 years ago?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I do like the idea though, 'cause we talked about this last week of the Man in Black making it to the forge, and then meeting William there. But it's like the good William that like just barely showed up to the park.
I don't see that happening.
That would be so weird and interesting.
But if-
I kind of hope it does, but I don't think it will. But I think that'd be really cool if it did.
like William kills the Man in Black.
That'd be cool. I can see people getting real mad about that, but I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then the last
What do you
thing
think that would do to Hess's head?
he would have no idea. The last thing I got written down is that Shirley Hale's the host, but we already talked about that. So now going into some new theories that I got off of Reddit. This one I read earlier today is that the future Bernard is Ford. And all those future scenes, it's all been Ford, and that when they make it to the Valley Beyond, Ford takes control or gets into a new Bernard body, or people aren't really sure on how that's gonna go. And from the statement saying I killed them all, saying that because he kind of gave Maeve that power, and like they think Clementine brings people there, and however they get there, that was Ford's fault. So he still says, yeah, I killed them all and brought them there. The head's constantly debugging when they're trying to talk to him, so it's still Ford trying to like get through there. Which that could just be remnants of Ford and Bernard anyways.
Yeah.
I'm
not buying this theory, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not either. And that Maeve isn't in the future, which I don't remember why that goes into there.
That would be. He's not acting like Ford.
Yeah, not at all.
He'd start like fucking humming some poetry or something.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
doesn't talk like he does because the Man in Black and Ford often talk in riddles,
Yeah.
and Bernard's just talking like Bernard. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see that happening at all. I think if anything, it would be Arnold got out of the forge and went into Bernard, because then that would make that theory right too of there being Arnold and one time and Bernard again, just parallel to last season.
Yeah, the only thing that I think the first thing when you read that is I thought, oh, someone who wanted Teddy to go in Bernard was upset, and now they're picking Ford.
No, yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah. And then this last one that I got written down here is that the Man in Black wants to destroy the Valley because Delos and whoever else, I guess it might not have been Delos, but whoever was in charge of the Valley Beyond and all that project wouldn't let him in because he was messed up. If you look at his card when his wife's looking at it, like when she's looking at the videos of him, it says he suffers from delusions and extreme paranoia. So they're saying, what if he would be bad for the Forge? Like, it would teach it bad things, and it would just constantly mess it up. So, like, he created the thing, and then they wouldn't let him inside there. So that's the only reason why he wants to destroy it, is because he's pissed off because he built the thing so then everybody else can live forever, but he's not even allowed in there.
I don't buy that either.
You know? I don't know about that.
Because
I can see it, but I don't see that being a good plot
I
point,
mean,
but I can understand
he's
it.
definitely delusional. He's definitely paranoid, but I don't see anyone telling him what to do either.
I feel like that also, though, like, just seeing that car part shows me more that he is human because it says he's delusional and paranoid.
Yeah.
So if he's delusional and paranoid, he would probably think he's a host.
Yes.
So I feel like that goes into him definitely being human.
Well, and when's the last time he was right about something?
The Man in Black?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Has he been right at all this season?
I don't think so. It's just, I mean, maybe when he was talking to the boy Ford, he knew that was Ford.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And
Well, and when
he was still
when the chicken guy from Breaking Bad, I can't think of his name, but when he was in there too, he was
Alonzo.
he knew that was Ford as well.
I like the chicken guy.
I couldn't think of his name in either one.
Everyone's like, what the fuck? Yeah, those were like the last 2 times he's made a decision that worked.
Yeah.
And it's just slow. He's been slowly, like, just fucking up. What I like, though, is that people are like, oh, yeah, he's a host. Men in Black was smart. Well, aren't the hosts smart?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like,
I mean, yeah, they're extremely smart.
and if he made himself, I don't think he's going to make himself stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think-
intelligence, let's give that a 1.
I think
Like,
definitely, because there's a lot of theories that the Man in Black's a host, but, like, there's still a William out in the world, and he just sends the Man in Black in there to figure out about himself. Like, I read that, like, he's, like, going in there to see what he would do in there, but, like, he doesn't want to act on his evilness or whatever. I don't see that happening
I don't
either.
see that happening.
I don't see
either.
anything with him being a host happening. I mean, we'll find out on Sunday when we do our podcast, but I'll be disappointed, I feel like, extremely if he's a host.
I haven't believed he's a host the entire season. I'm a little afraid
That he's
they're
going
gonna
to be.
make him one.
I can see it, but I don't
I
know.
would be very upset. I mean, what am I gonna do? Fucking, it's all, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like, but like the thing with killing his daughter or shooting her and maybe she's still alive, whatever. Still, I mean, if I shot you, I might feel bad, whether you're dead or not. Correct?
Did you hear that? He said he might feel bad.
Well, I'm just saying. So, but if you're a robot, that don't feel so bad.
Yeah, it's true.
I might kick you when you fall down or something. I don't know.
Do you want to read? We compiled a list of all the theories that we've talked about, I believe, throughout this season. The ones that we think are still possible, at least.
Yeah, I like some of the ones that we had that were just like off the wall that we read off Reddit.
Mhm. Did you write those ones down too?
No, because that would just be crazy. But
okay.
but you know, like Hess thinking that Elsie was in charge of Ghost Nation.
Ghost Nation, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
like-
a couple people commented on our videos too that they thought that as well. That was a big theory going around back a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to watch. Like
Yeah.
I literally made fun of you for calling Charlotte Hale a host.
Yeah, and then
you showed me this
I show you a
picture.
picture of her walking in on herself, naked.
Yeah, which I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, so multiple working Bernards. I put working because
That room is just that doesn't count.
Yeah.
If they walk in the room again, it doesn't.
I don't think there's multiple Bernards at any point.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I kind of do. Like I don't know. I can see there being a different Bernard in the future than there is the one that we're watching in the past, going towards the Forge. But I feel like it's the same body, but maybe like Arnold's inside it now or something like that. So I don't know if that counts as a different Bernard. You know what I mean? Because it's the same body.
Yeah. No, I see. I just.
But
think it's
but
Bernard.
like I still feel like it's always because like, I don't know, he acts exactly the same in both places. He's just
I
going a
think
little crazy.
when people were saying multiple Bernards, though, I think they thought like
They meant like
one was at the
in the-
saloon,
yeah,
one's fucking making another host.
the first podcast, Hess said there was a different Bernard in every scene we saw.
Yeah, he said there fucking had to be, if I remember right.
I don't think that's the case, but I can see there being some kind of twist with him where like we're not seeing the exact Bernard we think we are in some places. But I don't know if I fully believe that.
Yeah, I just think it's Bernard. But I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we find out.
Yeah.
Next one is the loop theory.
The loop one, I definitely think this is happening. They even fucking tease us with that in the next one where they're like, let's try that again. And then you hear, like, they're rewinding time and, like, go again.
Yeah, either they're completely fucking with us or he's
Yeah.
being looped.
Which they said they would. I mean, I know they go on Reddit and make fake theories just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
So and they do that with the trailers, too. But I don't
And
know.
we just talked like 15 minutes about one part of the trailer that they showed for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like this season has teased it a lot. That person gets shot twice. He finishes Carl Strand's sentence. They literally say, "Let's try that again with Bernard." Fucking again, in the next on. I feel like that one is very likely.
Hey,
I can see that like the opening of the finale being like showing them doing Bernard. You're like, what the fuck? And then they go into like the Forge and shit. But I don't know.
I think part of I don't know how, but I think part of Dolores's like plan
Mm-hmm.
is like she's training Bernard like we've seen the whole fucking time to deal with the loop that he's being put through. That's what I think.
I could see that. What about we didn't talk about this actually. Like, we talked about it out there and forgot about it. What if she is training? Because we saw her training Bernard how to be Bernard. How to act like Arnold. In the cradle. Like, we saw the scenes and they all took place. Like, or at least we think it was in the cradle. 'Cause it was in that kind of landscape mode.
Yeah.
What if she was? Then we see it again in this next on. Do you think those are scenes of her doing it again with Bernard, or do you think that's her training Arnold inside the Forge? Or do you think is what you just said, where she's training him for this loop?
I mean, I did just say that, but I feel like
it's definitely her training him to do something. Like, I don't think it's the same thing. She's helping him something later on, but I don't know if it's Bernard for the loop, or if she's training Arnold to be in a host body. I don't know.
But why would she have to train Arnold though?
I don't help him out. 'Cause maybe he's been in the Forge for over 30 years, so who knows what he's like in there, you know?
He's like, "What's that iPhone thing you got?"
Yeah, he wouldn't know.
No, I'm going with the first thing I said.
You think it's training for the loop? I do like that.
I think she's
That'd be
training him for the
cool.
loop. I don't know why she
Especially
would say no.
I really want to see her,
You know what I
because
thought
she's
of?
been alone and been against everybody. I want to, like I said, I like the idea of her teaming with Man in Black. I would like her teaming up with Bernard. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, she had Teddy the whole time.
And it would actually go with,
And
like
Phil.
we said, we
don't
think
forget about fucking Phil.
fuck Phil. We thought the season would end with them inside like Arnold's house, looking off into like China
Yeah,
or wherever.
yeah.
So if she's training him to get through the loop, it could end with them outside, like escaping.
What I thought about when you were talking is, what if she's training Ford how to be?
How to be Bernard? Oh man, that'd be cool. I think that's totally like a tinfoil hat theory,
Yeah, I mean,
but that'd be cool.
yeah. The next one I have, Charlotte is Charlie.
We kind of discussed that, but yeah, I if that's the case, it's the host. That's how I feel about it.
Or she finds out that it's.
Or that I guess she could have been made from.
I don't
Charlie.
think she's Charlie. That seems too fucking
I don't think
random.
so. I mean, I'm not against it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay. Is Emily a host?
I think no. I think she's dead.
I think she's dead too.
I don't think she's ever coming back unless it's a flashback.
Yeah, unless they make her a host in season 3.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening either. I think she's gone. I think she was a character that just came in to serve the story, to make the Man in Black go
Yeah.
even more crazy and leave the show.
And that wraps up, because my last one was Delores training Bernard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really looking forward to this finale. There's a lot of
Yeah, I
stuff.
wish it was like today.
There's a lot of stuff we don't know still, which is fucking crazy that they've made us do a whole season with getting no information, but yet we still like the show.
I think it was a little. Like, I think it was a
They
lot
give
of
us-
information last week.
Yeah, but we don't know a lot still.
Yeah, but it's better that way.
No, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
I mean, we talked about Delores training Arnold or Bernard. If that's the case, like, what do you think is going to happen to the Man in Black?
I still think the Man in Black dies in the finale.
Like, do you think he's like gonna for good? Do you think and I don't mean like he's dead forever. I mean, do you think he's gonna do something to like sacrifice himself to redeem himself?
Possibly, yeah.
Do you don't think that's too?
Because it seems like he's going down a path, like he killed his daughter, like all this terrible things. I can see it being like, oh, the thing he came here and killed the hosts the entire time, but then he does something and saves them all.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Except it didn't.
Well, except like the 30 that were in the ocean. But I can see that.
And what about Maeve?
I think she's gonna be in the show forever. I think her, Delores, and Bernard are the key points of the show. I think they have to stick.
Do you think she like gets out? Like,
Possibly,
she
yeah.
Flies,
I can see
she
her.
flies through the
I
crack
can see
in the
like
sky.
say next season takes place like in the river, like they're hiding out in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see like her, Sizemore, Hector, all them like sneaking around, like trying to get through places while there's like Delos police after them or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can see them being the ones that hide out. Meanwhile, the other people are like trying to fight the power.
They're like in the host protection system.
But like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that they're gonna band together. I think Sizemore's fully redeemed himself.
I guess it was just 2 episodes ago he called the fucking cops.
Yeah,
or
but then he
called up.
saved her.
No, he didn't.
And then he cried about her if he didn't bring her into the room,
He didn't
she
say.
went to him at Ford and she wouldn't have got her. I guess she would have just killed the man.
She
in
wouldn't have
black
got
and-
filleted.
Yeah,
she
I
wouldn't have been
guess
laid
he
there.
fucked her over a little bit, but then helped her out.
Wouldn't lay there. They wouldn't have found her powers and gave it to Clementine, and Clementine's
But
gonna
then
kill them all.
Ford wouldn't have met her and turned her thing up all the way. He wouldn't have refound her.
Oh yeah, 'cause he has a lot of trouble jumping from head to head.
Yeah, it's really hard for him. Takes a lot out of him. He's an old man.
Jesus.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I think he redeemed himself. So I think if they escape, he'll stick with them, and they'll just be like a little band together. And I think Felix will probably go with them, and Sylvester will probably call the police, and go away.
Do you think? I hope Sylvester dies.
I'd be happy
That's
with
the
that.
one thing I want.
I'd be cool with that. He dies, and they replace him with Phil.
That'd be perfect. Bring
But
Phil
Phil's-
back as a host.
Phil's in a million pieces inside the mesa.
That's fucked up.
But so any last things you want to say about Westworld? What are you looking forward to in the finale?
It just looks crazy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm glad it's 90 minutes, 'cause it definitely needs to be for
You would think.
for all this.
There's a lot of times you're like, this is going to be a big episode. You're like, well, there's 10 minutes left, so I don't know what else they're going to fucking show us. But
Yeah, but this is the finale, so we
No, I
hopefully
know.
we don't
That's
think
what I'm
that way.
saying.
I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm a little sad that it's ending because what are we gonna?
I'm not sad.
Because then we're just gonna go into Game of Thrones and shit. But
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. It did. It helped. It held us for 10 weeks.
yeah,
And we looked forward to it
every
single
Sunday. Yeah, I'm happy too that like we're still at this point. We don't like we have ideas, but we don't know what season 3 is gonna be. Just like last year, we're like
Oh, I don't.
we're like, what are they gonna do for season 2? Like the host's gonna take over. How is that gonna be entertaining?
Yeah, I didn't
You know
even
what
want to
mean?
watch it.
Yeah, and then it was one of the coolest things. So I'm
It does help the fact that they're like,
they made it
See-
only like 2 weeks or whatever.
yeah, they're like, okay, we're just gonna show them escape, but we're gonna, we'll flash back to this, and then it'll
Yeah.
just be them getting through that 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be weird because, like, the one thing, if it's always in Westworld, it becomes the same thing, sort of. So I don't know how.
Yeah,
they're gonna-
I think next season is gonna be where they're not really in Westworld anymore.
But do you think they'll still have people in Westworld?
There'll probably be maybe flashbacks still or some kind of Westworld thing, but I don't think it'll be a key point.
You don't think, like, it'll be like someone, hey, we got the new Westworld.
Unless it's like, I feel like it'd have to be like a couple years later for that to happen. Like maybe there's flash forwards.
It'll be like 5 years later.
And like, oh, they were reopening the park and
Here's
all
M-
that stuff. And
Here's
like,
Maeve 2.0.
yeah, and since the other ones escaped, you have new characters you'll introduce there and stuff like that. But I don't see them happening. I don't see it happening next season that much. Being in Westworld.
Yeah. Maybe there's an island next to it, and that's where they keep all
Oh
the
my
other...
god.
No?
All the other hosts?
Yeah.
And then they go to New York? San Diego, I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, that's it for Theory Time with Pleeka this week. Make sure you go check out all our other videos. We do random ramblings every week. We're actually doing it this Sunday, so it should either be up Sunday night or Monday morning, so you can watch our thoughts on the finale. Please like, subscribe, go check us out on iTunes, and we'll see you guys this Sunday or Monday.
Freeze all motor functions.